Alright, we are back. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. My name is Avicii9. We are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. There was a third save for some reason. I made a mistake because I was sleepy. But it's my day off. I slept. I think I'll be fine for a while. Probably not up until 6, but for a while. Hello, Milty and Kitty, how are you? Alright. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Didn't realize I stopped in the... Remember that discussion about obsession? Absolutely not. No prior context. Oh man. What magic case? Oh boy. The trick is pepper. Obviously. Let's fail so we can see this again. If they had been silent for 2 more seconds, I would have screamed. Nick! They say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay, then use that and get out of this jam. Ah, okay. That's enough talking about yourselves. I didn't realize when I saved that he was about to ask me something. Okay, something... The bust again? No? It is even faster to just load. Has to be a contradiction. He does mention a contradiction. The thing is... What's contradicting? The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. This music kinda goes harder. Yeah, I actually found he saw the hat go with Max, but the hat was found at the scene. Yeah, but we already established that that's because the bust had the hat. Oh, but I guess we have to make them believe it. Yeah. But yeah, I found a YouTube playlist with like cool, hype Phoenix Wright music. Yesterday there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The Silk Hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Yeah, because we said it was the bust, but they hadn't believed it yet. And this is how we prove that it's the bust, because the hat was on the floor. Right. Catching up. I don't like stopping in the middle of a trial, but I really was falling asleep. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night, but the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Well, he was facing the other way. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall this instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Look at that 3-frame nod, what a god. This really should always stay 2D. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, that means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. S34 was the apex? Okay. Shame. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick! Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. The fuck is this? Johanna, I would like you to hear Akro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Akro deeply respected the ringmaster. Akro's motive. You came just for the accents? I'm glad I made you come. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well, however, I feel this is a good place to take a break. Oh, there was a break so soon? I could have just taken a break here. We'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sorry. Only someone can. That's true. Better one than none. I can't believe it. Akro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus. Am I that hated? Akro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did. Psst, psst. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal. You didn't ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. No, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about the card trick, Detective? Oh, well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Here you go. This was yesterday in Akro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now is going according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Whose final plans? Final plans? That reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by that, the very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? Hey, Cyan. It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Akro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. Oh man, I have purged my house of chocolate. Because I'm a fat ass. So, no choco milk for me for a while. Unless someone gives it to me, I'm not buying it. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Was your dinner / lunch and breakfast just choco milk? Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want to answer to. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Very Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Wow, what a moving, in-depth story. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you have, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Akro could kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Well, a small quantity of pepper. This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Height. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Well, very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Akro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Very Big Circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! No crying in court. Let's keep going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother, all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in. So no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Dingleberries? Hey. It's his name. Are you mocking his name? Do you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How can you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Height? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Height. You better think hard. Ow! 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 No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. I like how everyone is just accepting of being whipped. Yep. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Wondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly, Height, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know... Yeah, I have a whip myself. Actually, I have 3. All different kinds of whips. All I have is just whipped cream. That's pretty good too, I would say. Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? Of course I can. Now that I've come this far, there's no way I could answer no. I can't. Oh, this is gonna be good. Very well, then please enlighten the court. Let's see some evidence that proves Acro's motive for killing the ringmaster. Let me just go over this one more time. This is why Acro killed the ringmaster. That is correct. I don't think the defense would mind confirming something for me. What exactly are we supposed to learn from this piece of evidence? What are we supposed to learn? It looks like you just won the award for biggest failure in court. Ouch, biggest failure in court? That stinks. In recognition of your honor, let me bestow upon you my special prize. No? Maybe I don't have the right piece of evidence yet. I guess not. Can't provide one. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven. Fuck you. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so full-heartedly foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. Sure, he was trying to kill the daughter. The end of things? Acro? You didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the Ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order. I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Wow. Damn. Judge just turned savage. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? The judge, whenever Phoenix Wright shows up, whenever Phoenix Wright shows up, the judge must be like, oh, fuck. Now I gotta do. Now I'm not finishing this one in one day, am I? Oh, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Akko was trying to kill someone else? Regina Berry? This young girl is the Ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. From yes, sir to yes, sir? Absolutely. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Oh, and that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Akko would want to kill Regina Berry. Now's the scarf. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Akro was out to kill this young girl. Oh, the scarf or the note? Alright, Mr. Wright. No. It's the note. It better not be a bluff. You're not going to... Ow! You're not going to fool me, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Those two are finishing each other's sentences now. You remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found Inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Oh shit! Throw coming in with the ding dong, you're wrong. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, there's just one little problem. Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. In later games, do we have... Do we have like a look at the people on the stands sometimes, or no? Is it always like super general like this? Started the Bloodstained DLC, I don't have good news. Oh no. Trophies are fine, the game just sucks. It sucks? Why? Oh, I didn't expect that. I expected it would be, like, irrelevant, but... Sucking? That's disappointing. One of the ugliest games I've ever seen, and the movement feels like some of the shiftiest, stiffiest shit I've played in decades. Does she move differently than what's her name? Or is it just because the game was always ugly, but does she move differently? Stiff girls, am I right? Hell yes. Absolutely right. DLC makes the main game look like the most beautiful game to ever exist? Damn. Don't remember the main game feeling like this? I can't imagine it was this stiff or I wouldn't have liked it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. How long is the DLC? Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours, it's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when our father, the ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Following a step-by-step guide to get it over as quick as possible. Okay. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Actually, I saw the guide pop up. If it's the guide on PSN profiles. Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza. So far it's been a good guide to get it done optimal. Nice. because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it. I thought it was Regina down in the plaza. That's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick! Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is, unfortunately. It's only going to get our share from here. That's why I was asking. Can we look at people in the audience in later games? Do we have like a shot of specific people sitting in the audience, or no? Never. I hope Regina can handle it. No? Okay. Good luck with everything. Gotta go play in the Mines of the Craft. Copy that that world where I can do all my trophies, Kitty. Copy it. No, I'll play with you. Platinum that Minecraft in 10 minutes. If anyone of any relevance shows up, is it to defend and stand? Okay. It would be nice to get a shot of the people in the audience. Like if there's someone you know in the audience, like in this circumstance, you get a shot of them going like, "What? He pulled his dick out?" That's the guy if he shows in my chats and link. I currently can't crossplay. Okay. Crossplay? I thought you were on PlayStation. Akro wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish full ideas. You're so foolish. You've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. For some reason it wants me to get PS Plus anyway, which I plan on soon anyway. Oh, okay. Oh, I've waited this long. It's not that I need to do it tomorrow. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Come on! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so? Well then, if that's the case, hurry up. Tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. Conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is... What? This is it? Well, kinda figured that I'd try and get rid of evidence. I didn't need any more. What? No! That is the conclusive evidence. What did I present? The blood-stained scarf? They're not letting me back out of presenting evidence, so I have it. I gotta have it. Is it the pepper? Oh, it is the pepper. You like when they hold a meter? What do you mean they hold a meter? Oh, before they tell me if I fucked up? Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. It's truly an art. These games are great. What do you mean? You call that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool, never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was the Regina Barry's intended victim? Intended victim? I don't even think she did it. That's why she didn't realize the note was for her. Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Ben has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Barry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He is the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bet was actually an accident? It was more than that. A lion biting Bet was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite a lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. That's just a scarf. Acro... This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor. What might that be? Pepper. 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 Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Oh, I fingered the criminal? Damn, that's a little lewd. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Alright, before Bat was beat by the lion, for a moment the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling, however. Lions sneeze. Whoop, 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 whoop. Leo wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me. Objection? It says nothing. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do, it's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident. Or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. Huh. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect that it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro? You don't mean... You can't mean... Witness? Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? Same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? Oh, you mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, If that was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you gotta do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. Yeah, I don't think he would hide it in his room, though. Just want to see. What is it now? It looked like you still haven't figured the things out, have you? But you must know the meaning of von karma, total justice. You mean? Von karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Shakrow's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Shakrow would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. We took Atros directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second, something funny about all this. Looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about that, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where is the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. Terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Where's Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. What? We need time to do what? Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck! Hey, wait! You can't be serious! Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. About that weapon, where is Max's bust now? Talk it out? With who? With you? Yourself? I don't know, man. It would be cool if he had it hidden on his wheelchair, but I don't think the wheelchair is that big. Where would it be? Do you have made the monkey ticket somewhere? The big top. I don't see where in the big top it would be. I guess I'm gonna try the lodging house? There's very much doubt in my mind. The bus is somewhere around the lodging house. You don't say. You better not say. In fact, allow me to be even more specific as to its location. You can find it. Oh boy. I really don't know where it is. It's floated up. And they already said they searched Aqua's room. That the bus is in Acro's room. I already told you that we searched his room from top to bottom. Prepare to taste your own tears, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The court orders Mr. Phoenix Wright to get a grip on himself immediately. I'll go back and think things over. Obvious, the bus is inside this very courtroom. It's obvious where. Allow me to pinpoint the location for the bus once and for all. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? He would never bring it here, would he? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. He does skip leg day. Just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it would be really easy to say hide a bust under there. That's just his massive cock! Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your light-heartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found a murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again, would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them. Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. The only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. This one, Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon, there's no way I can escape that. So you got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. Can't believe it. Me! Make a mistake. Why did I have a surprise search on your room? If only I hadn't done that. Seems we finally arrived at the truth. A crow? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One night my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it would be funny to get him back in the same way. Oh. So it was her. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I thought I was complicating it. I thought it was the ringmaster didn't want them to be together, so he sprinkled pepper on his scarf to get him to, like, be killed by the lion. Oh, it was an accident. Oh my god. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Her brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely. That she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when he decided to do something about Regina. Ow, dreadful. So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. It is. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. The court is adjourned. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro the Ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question and one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Huh?
Ah. She's been like this for a while now.
It's all my fault. Ah. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. Just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro... is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that. Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Oh no. Huh? Oh no, you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. I don't know, woman. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. I don't know, but I can... I guess I have to figure it out. Babette. That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through the lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen.
Don't laugh.
That's quite the goal.
Yay, I can't wait.
Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're going to help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been. No.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry.
Max. Nick.
Seems like everything is going to turn out alright here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
Oh well. I see what made the case. Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Hacker really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Had to be him. Let's go! Time for the last case! A robot. A robot where? Is that a steel samurai? What do you think about the case? This case that just ended? A bit long, but it was nice. All these cases, I think, are fun. It's a bit of a hated case in the community? Is it? Why? Who will be this year's champion? Who will be our hero of what? Will it be last year's runner-up Jammin' Ninja, maybe Captain Saipan all the way from the lovely tropical island of Saipan? I see the students of a certain Starry school are very global hero Oniak Capone doesn't want to go home without the prize. Little luck is with all the heroes tonight, and now the winner of the third annual Hero of Heroes Grand Prix. It's me. It is the Steel Samurai. Whoa! The true hero of the night has appeared! Looks like this year's Grand Prix goes to this fantastic warrior, the Nickel Samurai! Too bad, Jammin' Ninja. It looks like the title eluded you again this year. Is that the movie? Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. The Clown Shenanigans, Regina maybe, I don't remember. I'm sure they dislike it for... what do I like? What I do like? I think the case is interesting, and it has a lot of characters, and none of them having the murder not being cartoonishly evil. Yes, it is shades of gray in some regards. I have no sympathy for the guy if he chooses to kill someone, even like, whatever the reason was, it's definitely not cartoonishly evil. But he chose to kill someone, he got caught. And he killed his father figure, so it hurt him twice, but he hurt other people as well. But I like that there's a lot of characters, because and a lot of characters that you can suspect, because sometimes there's a lot of characters where you can't suspect them. Like, I don't think on the second case, you're not going to suspect Pearl, you're not going to suspect Laura, so who's left? The culprits. Right? The other two are the culprits together. So I like that the clown is a bit of an asshole. That you can is he being confrontational because he has something to hide or not? The ventriloquist guy is super shady. It's like, oh, could he be the culprit? Why is he lying? Is he really lying? Is he not lying? Like, I like that. Because then there is room to suspect all of them before you funnel the narrative. It's a lot of possibilities are open, I think, and I enjoy when that happens. I like not being not figuring it out immediately and then just waiting for the game to catch up. Hello, Nika. At 2:39 in the morning. How are you? Alright, yes, did you hear that, Nick? Did you? The Nickel Samurai, he did it! Go to sleep? Me? I'm not going to sleep yet. Hey, he sure did. I'm getting too old for this. I'm proud of the guy for doing the series justice. So the person everyone was cheering for, I guess he got the prize? Listen to your voice. I'm doing voices tonight. Yup. You know who we're talking about, right, Pearly? The Nickel Samurai. No, every Sunday I only watch the educational channels, Kids Masterpiece Theater. Okay, that's it. From now on, it's the Nickel Samurai. All the kids watch it. Do you like the Nickel Samurai too, Mr. Nick? Nah, Nick's an old fart, so he's not allowed to watch it anymore. That's right, but I do like Kids Masterpiece Theater. Hey, I didn't know you were so young at heart, Nick. Mr. Nick, you're a grown-up. You're not allowed to watch it anymore. You're supposed to act your age and have interests that match. It's very important. Give it a rest, Pearly. It looks like I made the right choice inviting everyone here. I'm glad you're all having a good time. It's like a dream. Too bad for the Jammy Ninja, though. Last year you lost to the Pink Princess, warrior of little old Tokyo. I thought this might be his year. Yeah. Oh, hey, did anyone else think that the Jammy Ninja looked a bit different today? Different? What do you mean? Well, he wasn't carrying his bright red guitar. Bright red guitar. Is Kojima a fan of Phoenix Wright? Does this inspire Troy Baker's character in Death Stranding 2? You still have a photo shoot tomorrow, Nika? We'll have to see. Hey, you're right. Strange he'd walk around without a signature guitar. I'll never understand these people and their shows. Anyway, Mr. Powers, thank you very much for tonight. Oh, it was nothing. I owe you one, so it's just my way of saying thanks. Hey Nick, come on, it's time to get going to the lobby. There's a post-ceremony stage show that's supposed to start real soon. And then, I heard there's going to be a press conference after that. Press conference? Is he going to make a speech about winning the Sears Prize? Well, not exactly. Something about the Nickel Samurai confessing something. Confessing? Sounds pretty serious. Oh, Nick, come on! You don't want us to be the last ones there, do you? Yeah, Mr. Nick, do you? Why me? The show doesn't even start for another 20 minutes. Oh, and we are live. The miscellaneous trophy for this one. This trophy is unlocked during the 4th case of Justice for All. Since pressing the particular statement isn't required to advance the story, this trophy is missable. During Oldbag's testimony entitled Who I Saw. Okay. I'll read the rest later. I don't want to read the line. You already spoiled the witness? It is what it is. It's also important to note that Justice Ill-Served Trophy, which is for getting the bad ending in the final case, I would recommend keeping this trophy in mind when playing the game, otherwise you will have to replay the final case all over again. The trophy details below outline the method for getting it along with where to save in order to reload and finish the game after getting the trophy. It's recommended you save before this in order to avoid doing it the whole trial again should you mess up. When Von Karma bursts into the courtroom with 3 pieces of evidence. Okay. You could have told me which section it is first, and I would only read that later. You, the guide, not you, Melty. It sure is one luxurious hotel, almost to the point of gaudy, with how it blends together everything fancy imaginable. Speaking of fancy, didn't that bellboy give me something like that last year? What can I say, this is a really high-class hotel. I've never eaten this kind of salad before. Poor Pearls, having eaten only vegetables all her life. She's been missing out. Don't worry, any leftovers belong in my happily awaiting stomach anyway. You're such a glutton, Maya. I lose this one to Maya. You sure can eat. Well, a growing girl needs her nutrients. Growing girl? Exactly how big do you plan on getting? In the Apollo trilogy, there's chapter select, so you're more able to raw dog. Like inside the cases? Okay. Yeah, because playing the entire case again is a big no-no. If this is all a dream, I don't ever want to wake up. All the directors and stars that were here to see the heroes, wow! I had no idea who most of them were. Neither did I. Nick, you've got to cut that news-only habit out. Your new show is going to be The Nickel Samurai every Sunday morning at 8. Oh, I know, we can watch it together starting next week. I'll come wake you up extra early to make sure, okay? I'm fine. You know, you really don't have to on my account. Oh, I finished Pluto, by the way. That chandelier is really something, isn't it? Thought it was a kind of spaceship. Hey Nick, how about we get one of these for the office? One of those hanging from our poor weak ceiling? I don't think so. Yeah, I still recommend it. There's I don't want to say too much. I like it. And there's definitely moments where I was like, holy shit. Like, I certainly did not expect that. There was a moment when I finished episode 6, I was like, what the fuck is the show from now on? Pluto is something you would recommend to throw? Absolutely not. I wouldn't recommend any anime to throw anymore. Just movies. I would only recommend a movie. It can't be that weird. Remember, it's Astro Boy. Sony will add plants to anime on Crunchyroll. The thing, I think the only thing that holds Pluto back a little is the fact that it's not completely original. Like, I love... You mean it's kind of an Astro ripoff? What do you mean it's an Astro ripoff? It's an adaptation of an arc of the Astro Boy manga. But different. What, like, it has a different point of view, and develops the arc into something much deeper and or almost a different genre, or it's a sci-fi mystery instead of hey, robots fight. and peace and love. But like, if you think it's gonna cut Astro Boy, if you think it's gonna cut all the important characters in Astro Boy, Uran, Ochanamizu, and Dr. Tenma, absolutely fucking not. Those are all very important characters in that show. Right. So Dr. Light would be Dr. Ochiramizu. And I mean, the villain of Astro Boy is Dr. Tenma, right? Who is actually the creator of Astro Boy. Well, I don't even know why he's called Astro Boy. Of Atom. But yeah, Atom, and I like Atom the beginning. I watched that and I liked it a lot, actually. It's very prequel the show. It is. But my favorite character in Astro Boy is Dr. Tenma. So having a chance to see more of him without being just cartoonishly evil, as you put it in the case, I like that a lot. And Dr. Tenma in Pluto, perfect. Perfect. And Uran, Astro Boy's sister, if you remember her, really, really very, very well done in Pluto as well. Obviously the main character of the Pluto show, which is Gesicht, something. He's awesome. He's a really good main character, I think. But yeah, it's definitely taking place in the world that you know. If you've ever seen or read Astro Boy, that is taking place in that world, and you know the rules of that world. They added one lore thing, but it's very crucial. But it's like very, very well explained early on. But it is that world where robots and humans live together. All the important robots in Pluto exist from the Astro Boy manga. And they look more or less the same. So it's, yeah. I would say I would have enjoyed that. Overall, I think I would have enjoyed it more if it could have done everything it wanted. Instead of me thinking, oh, is this gonna hit this note? Because I remember the arc, and then it hits it, and I'm like, oh. But if it was completely original, maybe I wasn't interested. I don't know. It would be, because it's the creator of Monster, but maybe not so many people would be interested. The award ceremony was just held on that stage. It was really fabulous. You just reminded me of the circus for a sec. Sorry. Well, shows like that are guaranteed to be good, you know? There's a grand set of doors over there. Behind those doors is an equally grand lobby. Shall we go and take a look, Mr. Nick? Hey, wait up! This grand dessert is calling to me. It's saying, "Eat me now." I don't mind a prequel the show if it's well done and doesn't heavily contradict things. I mean, Fate Zero is prequel to show, and it's one of the best shows ever made. It's just that the world has done it quite a few times now. Yeah, I know. It's hard to tap into Astro Boy when it's remade every 20 years. Thank you very much for inviting us today. Oh, it was nothing, really. Guys like us don't get to come to a place like this often, so I thought I'd invite you all. Hey, Mr. Powers, what have you been up to lately? Well, since the Pink Princess successfully wrapped up last month, I've been on a kids' exercise show, while wearing a rabbit mask over my face. Oh, I see. I'm still really sorry about all the headache I caused you that time, Mr. Wright. Oh well, what's done is done, so let's forget about it. This is Will Powers. He's an action star. His popularity exploded when he was the Steel Samurai. He was the first case Maya worked on with me. See, I think this Steel Samurai case was also, like, full of shenanigans. So I don't see why you would dislike the Circus one and like the Steel Samurai one. Fate Zero does things differently enough, if I remember. It does, but then Atom does things very differently too. It's a lot about making it stronger and stuff. People didn't like the Steel Samurai thing too? Really? I think people are playing the wrong series if they are not expecting shenanigans. It's too bad you look scarier. People would know you're a real softie who's good with kids. Thanks. Now let me check something. Okay, this one wasn't too silly, other than your friend, whose name I kind of forgot. He's Yosuke. I don't remember his name. Larry Butts. Oh, it is. Oh my god, you're right. Larry the Cable Guy. Not really, Anna. But nice, appropriate answer to what Melty said. GG. This. I think this one was also kinda silly, wasn't it? Not too silly, I get it. Steel Samurai, definitely very silly case. This one was not very silly, but there was a parrot on the stand, so... I really think this one was the most serious of all five. Lots of political maneuvering and backstabbing in this one. Not too silly. Not too silly, but kinda. Sillier, yeah. Oh. This looks like it'll be very silly as well. Can't believe they're going to make a movie based on the Nickel Samurai. I can't believe it either, but for a different reason. The Steel Samurai, an epic story of one hero in a desperate fight against his arch enemies, the evil magistrate in the city of Neo Old Tokyo. And last year they started a new series, the Nickel Samurai. The new series seems to be a hit with the kids too. I'm really attached to the Steel Samurai as a show, so I was hoping that maybe I'd get the chance to do something in this new one. Yeah, it's too bad. It would have been awesome to see you with the new actor, Matt Engard. He's super popular right now. Mr. Engard? Looks like Pearls doesn't know who he is. This year, it's going to be the Nickel Samurai versus the Jammin' Ninja at the box office. Jammin' Ninja? Who's that again? So who's this Jammin' Ninja again? He's a hero, duh! His symbol is a bright red guitar he's always carrying. A ninja who's always carrying around a bright red guitar? How does that even work? What the fuck? With a scarf around his neck and a guitar in hand, he rises to stardom in an ancient time. Do people like this case? A ninja who becomes a star. Yeah, a ninja who becomes a star. This is a goated case? Okay. It's one of your favorites? There's a strong rivalry between the two of them. Global Studios with Nickel Samurai and the worldwide studios with Jammin' Ninja. They even hair at the same time. You know what I heard? I heard those two don't get along at all. The Nickel Samurai Engard and the guy who plays the Jammin' Ninja, I mean. The Nickel Samurai speaks French? Oh, you mean Matt Engard, the actor. I guess even the world of heroes isn't a sparkling happy place. Yeah. Sorry, thanks for taking the time to take it out to show it to me. I'm really sorry I don't know a thing about it. Damn, you make it sound so dirty. I really owe you one. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know what would have happened. What you did, it was a real tight spot I was in and you fought so hard to get me out. I don't care what happens, I'll never forget everything you've done for me. Wow, what is it with this place? It looks like I've stumbled onto Oz or something. In the back there's a sign for the bathroom. Maybe I should visit it while I can before the show starts. There. Who Borders on PS Plus? You don't want me to overhype it? It blows. No, it's fine. I asked you. Wasn't... What do you mean Cool Borders on PS Plus? Cool Borders came out ages ago, and it's always been on the classics tier. On the highest tier. I can understand flowers in front of the dressing rooms, but what are stuffed bears doing here? Could it be that there's an action star with a soft spot for teddy bears? Yep, that's also a classic. Nah, can't be. Oh, I believe it, if it's like Code Vein. It's the same development team. Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are so much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Juan Corrida's room. Juan Corrida. His name just sounds like a star's name. I've heard it before, but I don't know anything about him at all. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. Jumping Flash. Legend of the Dragoon, Wild Arms 1 and 2. To Mr. Engard from the Global Studios staff. It would be nice if lawyers got flowers too. Something like to Mr. Wright from all your grateful clients. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Matt Engard's room. Matt Engard. I've heard that name before. Oh yeah, Maya's always yammering about him like the obsessed fan she is. There are toilets in each room in this hotel, but since all sorts of events are held here, there are bathrooms for people who aren't staying here to use as well. Perfect for people like me who can't afford to stay here in the first place. Didn't he say he wanted to check out the bathroom? What do you want, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Sounds like the post-ceremony show is about to start. Alright, I'm so pumped. I wonder if he's going to show off his special move today. Nickel Samurai Smelting. Actually, what I'm interested in most is the press conference. You mean the big confession the Nickel Samurai is going to make after the show? Hey, Shonen. All's well, how are you? So what is it? Don't you know what it's about, Mr. Powers? Well, I'm not the Steel Samurai anymore, so I don't have any idea. Sorry. So I guess you are all going to the press conference then? Yeah, of course. If that's the case, then here, take these tickets so you can get in. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. Today was a nice day, so I decided to really clean up my apartment. Oh man. I gotta do that too, but I haven't been feeling like it at all. You got it all done in one go? Thank you very much. Well, let's get going to the lobby. Looks like it's over this way, Mr. Nick. Okay, for great justice. Hotel lobby. Only a really gaudy hotel would have such a large gaudy lobby to match. I think they're going to have the post-ceremony show over there. They're using a compact stage, I say. Oh, I'm all ready to use my special samurai power. Maya looks like she's ready to start a fight. Your attention, please. Your attention, please. The Nickel Samurai post-ceremony stage show will not be held tonight due to unforeseen circumstances. What? Why? Ow, you didn't have to pinch me. Pinch yourself if you don't believe it. We are asking for everyone's cooperation at this time, so please stay where you are. This is a special request from the police. The police? Did they just say the police? Do you want me to go check out what's going on? Wait, I'll come with you. Freeze! You two, didn't you hear the announcement just now? It just finished telling you not to move. That voice, I've heard that voice somewhere before. Honestly, youth these days can't be bothered to listen to other people when they talk. Just the other day, it was the same thing. Said beware, breeze out, and along comes a kid. Tried to tell the boy, of course not. Sure. This non-stop chatter. It can't be Miss Oldbag? Oh. Feel on that. I've been trying to reframe my thinking so that I would do things I normally wouldn't want to do. Yeah, it is hard though, but yeah, if you can reframe it, that helps a lot. Down to 12-inch pizza today. Damn. He slammed a lot of green peppers on it. What else did it have? Miss Oldbag. What is it, you young whippersnappers? Do I know you? Wait, your powers, aren't you? Yeah. About what happened back then? You didn't even get nominated this year, did you? No, that's right. You're doing that children's exercise program trying to play nice. Yeah, that's me. Thankfully, I still have a job. I love that show, and you're a hoot. You're the big brother. Yes, even with your face covered by a mask. What a work of art. That's how it is, you know? What so many TVs you'd break? They're getting what they deserve. It's why... what are you doing here? Basic Supremes. Do you always get the same pizza? Pepperoni, sausage, shrooms, onions? Look at my uniform and tell me you can't tell I'm a member of security. Put that outfit. Annoying, noisy brats. Get the blaster. 90% of the time. Damn. Miss the Costco combo pizza? What's the combo? I usually get pepperoni for cheeses, like tuna, chicken and peppers. I did say the thing. I do one with goat cheese and like a small kind of pepperoni, like I don't know what you guys call it. Google Translate, help me out. It just says sausage. Pepperoni sausage? Is that a thing? You know what that is? The combo pizza is like a 45 center diameter pizza with cheese, pepperoni, sausage, onions, olives, green peppers, mushrooms, all for $10. Nice. I always buy the same kind of pizza. It's $2.50. But it's like it's not made when I order it. Like, I don't order it. I buy it in the supermarket and I freeze it and I eat it whenever I feel like. Also, I can't have food delivered that where I live, so. But I'm okay with it because it's cheaper. Just doing cheese for something more authentic? Not even pepperoni? Anyway, I gotta go take a break. But you know what? I'm vanishing. I'm grabbing a pizza to show you what kind of pizza I usually buy. And then I take the break actually, okay? So, I'll be back in 30 seconds to show you a pizza. Okay. So, this is what I usually buy. So this is tuna and bacon. It's real, yes. How many centimeters? I don't know, man. 20, 30, 26. Wait, I have a ruler. I have a ruler. 26. Good metric. Well, yeah, this is what I usually eat. Yeah, for $2.50. This costs $2.50. So I usually buy these, and I down one in one go. I'll be. Okay. And it's not too. The crust is not too thick, right? Good pizza. For $2.50, it's fucking glorious. It's not the best pizza I've ever had, but it's good pizza. So this is frozen. Yeah, 250 euros. It's like $5. No, it's $3. I think it's a good price for a pizza. I guess I don't keep up with conversions. I guess not. But yeah, I just wanted to show it. I'll be right back, going to take an actual break. I won't be too long. Alright, I'm back. Well, first, it's a stage for the post-ceremony stage show. It's supposed to be a press meeting after the show, but it's like no one will hear what the Nickel Samurai had to confess after all. Because he's dead. Oh, it looks like there's a fancy restaurant on the second floor. You still feel like eating? I mean, since we're here, you know. Who pulled the "since we're here" trick on me? What a beautiful mansion! Do you live in this wonderful world every day, Mr. Nick? Oh no, this is my first time in a place like this. I'm going to say these cameras were set up to cover the post-ceremony stage show. But I wonder where everyone's gone, abandoning their cameras like this. Guess something big must have happened. Something big happened, but they didn't bring the cameras. We're here, so might as well take some pictures. Okay, everyone sit in a chair. We're all on a film. Oh, there's a zillion cameras over there we can borrow. Hey, you can't just go and borrow an expensive professional camera like that. I know, did she get mad because I didn't talk to her? Mrs. Oldbag, what are you doing here? What happened to your position at Global Studios? Oh, that old place. Well, since that incident, they have been letting people go. When they cut the security team, I got the pink slip. What incident? What did you do? I didn't do anything, you youngin'. Don't you remember that incident a year ago? When this lady got on the witness stand and testified? Yeah. And you, weren't you the one who was bullying me, this fragile girl at heart? I plead the fifth. You know, I think maybe I rubbed the upper management the wrong way by testifying. Yes, that has to be it. Everything is all your fault. Me? I thought about being a bodyguard at first, after being handed old Pinky. You? A bodyguard? For your friend, that fiery, good-looking guy with a red jacket and ruffles. Mr. Edgeworth? But that sort of arrangement would be entirely too troublesome for me. That's what he said to me. What did I ever do to deserve that? So, did something happen? I don't have all the details, but it looks like another one of those incidents happened again. An incident? Like a murder kind of incident? Maybe. You see, I'm a bit of a devilish woman. So wherever I go, showers of blood are sure to follow. But you didn't know that. You already know this case? Then you shut the fuck up! How's it going, all of retro? Then shouldn't you quit being a security guard, at least for other people's sakes? Silence, whippersnapper! Hey, Nick! What is it? I don't like that devilish smile playing on your lips. Let's make like we're going to the bathroom and check things out. No way, the police told us not to go anywhere, remember? Huh? How boring! You're such a boring guy, you got no motivation, no spirit! What? What's going on? Are you giving Mystic Maya trouble again, Mr. Nick? Good to stealing after almost going home on foot again. Oh, I saw there's a The strike has been lifted, right? Not you too, Pearls. Please don't stick your little nose into this one. So listen to this, Pearly. This one time at the lawyer camp, Nick... okay, I get it. Let's go take a look. Yay, I knew you wouldn't say no to me, Nick. That's right. You'd walk over miles of hot coals for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you, Mr. Nick? That would be every time we work a case together. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go already. You can come along too, Pearly. Yes, let's go show her the murder. Goody! I get to come, I get to come! The bus just decided not to do the schedule again? Really? I thought it was a strike before. These eyes of mine are real pros now. Pros? Pros at doing what? At doing police work, of course. My eyes are like a hawk. My professional eyes spot a messy incident. A messy, bloody incident. That's why I don't have time for your meddling kids and your pretty little things. Strike did happen for a couple days. Yeah, I thought that's why you missed the other bus. Or the other bus missed you. There's nothing really out of the ordinary here. Are you looking for the incident that the old lady was talking about? Doesn't look like it happened here. Well, we'd better go look somewhere else. Alright, then let's try... Excuse me? Huh? Oh. This is a different bellboy. What the fuck happened to this man? Are you by any chance Miss Maya Fey? Oh, was the bus driver not doing its job, making me go on foot, hoping there was another bus so I could go home? Okay. I thought that it was just suppressed. Yeah, that's me. You have a phone call waiting for you at the front desk. A call? I wonder if it's someone from Kurain Village. What's wrong, Mystic Maya? Oh, nothing. You guys go ahead and I'll be right there, okay? Okay. Right this way, Miss Fey. Let's go look somewhere else now, Mr. Nick. Yeah, okay. It's a little exciting and a little scary. I told you! I get people the info they want. I get people the info they want, which means that I've got a right to know. No, don't care who you are, pal. We're still investigating, so you can't go in. What's your problem? Just to wait. It'll be all over the morning paper. Scruffy detective's secret scandal revealed. You'll see. I'll get you back. Those two sound pretty serious. That southern accent can only mean... Hey, Wright! Oh no. Hey, Lotta. Come on, do a gallant favor and tell this cop I'm just doing my job and I've got a right. You! Detective Gumshoe. Hey pal, help a guy out. Tell her that only the police are allowed here. This is the scene of a murder, so she should leave this to us pros. A murder? Oh, shoot, me and my big mouth. See, I knew it. My gut instinct told me so. I always trust my gut. A murder, it said. And that's what it is. A genuine murder. Hey, wait. Me? Oh, a murder. Of a big star, no less. Oh man, I'm in trouble now. for Detective Gumshoe, or Marlowe. No, that's not it. I got my facts mixed up for a second there, pal. Mr. Nick? Is the dead person the Nickel Samurai? Huh? Why do you ask? Well, Mystic Maya was rooting for him, so... It wasn't the Nickel Samurai that got bumped. Actually, the Nickel Samurai is the one under suspicion of doing the bumping off. What? The guy that died was his hero named the Jammin' Ninja, pal. The Jammin' Ninja? That woman with the big puffy hair that looks like cotton candy. You mean Lana? The woman, she was there that time too, right? That time? When Mystic Maya did that channeling. Oh, that time. Well, Lana's a journalist, so that's why she was there. Journalist? It looks like she was hanging around here before the murder happened. Hanging around? Yeah, hiding in wait for in front of the Jammin' Ninja's door, pal. But why would she? She wouldn't tell me, pal. Just said something about getting my big scoop. Scoop? What sort of news could she be after? So the victim was the Jammin' Ninja. It's time for Lotta to be the culprit so we can lock her up for good. Mr. Jammin' Ninja? He was on a really popular rival TV show to the Nickel Samurai. Oh. The victim was the action star Juan Corrida. He got a huge push and rode the express train to stardom. I mean, even I know who he is. Yeah, even I recognize his face. But I heard lately that Matt Engard's been taking the wind out of his sail. I'm telling you, pal, as far as who's popular, those two are hogging all the limelight. Guess there's no space for Mr. Powers at all, huh? Poor guy. Mr. Engard, that's the Nickel Samurai, right? Yep, I mean, no. You got to say it with more oomph. The Nickel Samurai. Anyway, so now that Juan Corrida's gone, that means Mr. Engard has the whole stage to himself, wouldn't you say? I wouldn't bet on it, pal. We can't have that happen, you know. Can't have that happen. What's that supposed to mean, I wonder? What is annoying most of the time? Yeah, she is. Very annoying. I'm not leaking any info about the evidence to you this time. If I do, my salary's really gonna get it. Then I won't even be able to get those instant noodles down at the discount market. You're not letting me go anywhere, are you? What can I do? I'm not a real fan of action shows or anything, but I know who Juan Corrida and Matt Engard are. Can't talk about one without talking about the other, I guess. Even debuted around the same time. So they have this real fiery rivalry with each other. Kinda like you and me, pal. Never knew you thought of me as a rival. The Nickel Samurai. He really took the Grand Prix tonight. I was a big fan of his. Really? Oh, I'm sorry then. Why are you sorry? Matt Engard was just arrested, pal. On suspicion of murdering Juan Corrida. Huh? What? I look good. I think I've lost some weight, pal. It's only wishful thinking. Wishful thinking, huh? In that case, I wishfully think I've lost some weight. Wishfully thinking might face the facets one day. Lately, I've been on the instant noodles only diet, pal. That girl is number 3 on my people I've seen a lot of lately list. Oh, then who's number 1? As if you need to ask. It's you, pal. So who's number 2? Maya Fey. It looks like she's not around this time. Must be nice to be such good friends with each other, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Somehow I don't think that's the real meaning of Detective Gumshoe's list. That girl is number 3 on my people I've seen. No, I messed about her. Right. You know this person? Meet a lot of people as a detective, pal. So we make extra sure not to forget people because that's our job. Having said that, I don't remember ever seeing this person before. Which means that you're kind of forgetful, aren't you, Mr. Detective? That's not what it means. Not exactly, anyway. I was really shocked by what happened to her in that one case. I didn't know she had such an awesome power. Awesome power? Thought maybe I should do some self-improvement and take up a hobby. So I went out and bought some morning glory seeds and planted them, pal. That's a good way to improve yourself. Oh ho ho, well, it's nothing really. Why was Mr. Engard arrested? Sorry, pal, but that's not something I can tell you. We just started the investigation, so we don't want any leaks. Looks like yet another Steel Samurai hero is in hot water. Mr. Nick, if Mystic Maya knew about this... Yeah, I know. She'd make me take this case. I know. I think my sleep is coming. Which I guess is fine, we beat the other case. Hey, so what's going on, Mr. Wright? Looks like Juan Corrida has been killed. What? Juan is... Looks like he was murdered, and the suspect was arrested. That suspect is Mr. Matt Engard. You're joking, right? Nope, they arrested the Nickel Samurai on suspicion of murdering the Jammin' Ninja. Well, I guess we know who's the best one now. Oh, not again. I feel sick. Again? About a year ago, something like this happened, Pearls. Still can't believe... No way. No way Matt would... Well, what's Mr. Powers got in his hand? Oh, before I forget, this is for you, Mr. Wright. I got this from the bellboy that came by early. Can transmit and receive signals over great distances. For me? For why? But why? I don't know. All he said was it was for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney. It was almost right after you guys left. An old man who's a bellboy at this hotel showed up. That's what he told you to give this to me? Yeah. Why give me this receiver? Who could know? Yeah. Somehow? Usually when I take a break I get a little bit of second wind. But my eyes are like getting heavy. No, my sister's vacationing here, so I can't take a nap before the stream anymore because I go have dinner with them. Them as in my sister, my father, and my grandmother. So next week or 2 weeks or something, I'm gonna be tired as fuck. It is what it is. I guess I'm stopping here today. We finished case 3, that's pretty good. It's also my day off, so... Hang on, thank you for trying in, but I gotta go. Look, Anna is increasingly pertinent lately. But yeah, I'm gonna go, not push myself today. And we'll see how this case shapes up tomorrow. We haven't even seen a dead body yet, so there might be one. We assume. People say there's one. We don't really know. So everything's still possible. Maybe it's still just a peaceful day. Alright. Have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. And I'll see you tomorrow for more of Case 4. Goodbye and good night. And thanks for hanging out.